Well, let's go live to the CEO of the Australian Energy Council, Sarah McNamara, now about the increasing energy costs. Sarah, good morning to you. Hello again. So Alinta Energy's put the forecast at above 35% as a minimum for next year. Is that about right in your view?
Well, it's too early to say with any precision where the regulator will land on prices for the next financial year, but what we do know is that there are ongoing cost pressures, particularly in the wholesale market in our energy system, and those cost pressures are ongoing. So we are going to see higher prices into the next financial year. The orders of magnitude that were being discussed by energy CEOs at the AFR summit yesterday are probably within the ballpark we would expect.
And what's that going to lead to? Not just from a business point of view, but for folks at home?
It's really concerning, and we take our responsibility to support our customers very seriously in the energy industry. In fact, along with delivering a lower emissions future, it's really important that we make sure our energy system is reliable but also critically affordable. So what we do need to do, and what we are already doing, is working with regulators and governments to support our customers in terms of how they manage their own energy use. Energy efficiency is going to be a really important part of managing energy bills, because a kilowatt you don't use is one you don't pay for. And secondly, we want to educate customers to make sure they're empowered to make good decisions around the kind of market deals they are on with their energy retailer.
40 retailers in the United Kingdom collapsed. Do you expect the same to happen here?
We're not expecting the situation to reach the, really very concerning crisis levels that we've seen in the UK, both in terms of price and also in terms of retailers that are just going out of business. We are set up differently here. In the main, retailers are in stronger financial positions, and we will potentially see some retailers close, but we're not anticipating those sort of orders of magnitude, no.
Right, so some, not many.
It's always possible in a challenging market situation like we have at the moment that we will see, particularly some smaller retailers who may have been more dependent on what the spot market's doing. We may see them struggle to keep their heads above water, but we couldn't at the moment say with any precision how many might have those difficulties.
I saw some comments by one critic in the paper this morning that said we'll end up reducing emissions basically through demand destruction. Is that an accurate view?
Well, part of our ability to meet net zero by 2050 as a target is around demand reduction in a sensible way. What we don't want to see is manufacturers going out of business. They're a really important part of our economy. But as we move towards 2050, what's really important, the electricity industry has been doing all of the heavy lifting in terms of our emissions reduction goals, and we need to start leaning in to assist other sectors of the economy to make similar emissions reductions.
Are we caught in a pincer movement here in a way? Not enough baseload power or renewables?
No, I don't think so. I think we're caught in a transition, and the transition from a largely fossil fuel-driven energy system to one that is mostly driven by renewables takes time. It's not costless, and it does involve building a lot of new plant and seeing older plant exit our system. So all of those things need to be managed. They're delicate. There's a lot of moving parts, and that's why the energy industry is so committed to working closely with the government and regulators to ensure we're keeping the lights on, and to the extent possible, we're keeping downward pressure on retail bills.
Okay, Sarah, we'll leave it there. Appreciate it, though.